My name is Melissa, and this speech is to inform you about the poverty differences between France and the U.S. I'd also like to inform you about the sociological factors that contribute to poverty. The Encyclopedia Britannica Online will give you a brief example of what poverty is, and it will also explain how sociological factors contribute to poverty. I found an article on the Wall Street Journal, and it explains that parenting differs extremely between France and the U.S. I use parenting as the sociological factor which contributes to poverty because our parents are the ones who are responsible for molding us into the people that we become, rich or poor, successful or failed. Now, with that being said, I also did research on cultural differences between France and the U.S. I found that people in France use a different type of currency. They use euros, and the minimum wage for an employee in France is 5.27 euros an hour. If you were to compare that to the American dollar, it would be an equivalent of $5.25. And this shows that the currency in France is worth more than the currency in America, which puts us at a slightly higher risk of poverty, since our American dollar is not worth as much as one single euro. Although we should consider that in France, the poverty level has doubled. Unemployment has gone up 50%, and crimes and suicide have also gone up 50%. With that being said, America is one of the highest rating countries in the poverty line. And to be considered in the poverty level, you'd make approximately $22,000 a year. And that is for a family of 4. Even with assistance that is offered through the state and the government in America, more and more people seem to be falling jobless, and poverty is affecting not only jobs, but it's also denying people health coverage. One of the things we need to take into consideration is that parenting styles differ between America and France. Americans tend to over-nurture their children, and they're constantly tending to their needs. This can cause children to throw fits of tantrums and even act dramatically. The children tend to feel that they can constantly get what they want, and they fail to learn about budgeting their expenses. In France, children are taught to be more independent. They are given space, and they tend to act more calm and resilient. There was a test that was done in the Stanford Institute, and children were taught and received a higher reward for their patience. In turn, these children were less impulsive and more laid back. The American children tend to be used to getting what they want, and one French couple actually stated that what struck us and bothered us was that the parents never said no. This was a French husband speaking on behalf of the parenting style of an American family. Now imagine growing up and learning that you could always get your way. This is obviously going to cause problems with spending and difficulty maintaining a budget, because you will be more focused on materialistic endeavors. So in conclusion, there may not be anything that we can do about the government and the state and the country's failure to offer employment or to increase wages, but we can certainly change bad habits and try to be better when it comes to patience and budgeting in order to attain some type of success.